tea has gone cold in a cup meant for two, and the porch light is burning a hole in the night. I'm still rehearsing my welcome home to you, in a kitchen that's bathing in flickering light. I haven't moved the shoes that you left by the mat. I'm afraid if I touch them, the spell's gonna break. So I sit in the silence where the laughter once sat, drowning in a thirst that I can't seem to slake. They say that the seasons are supposed to change, that the leaves have to fall for the forest to grow. But everything here feels static and strange, like a summer that's buried under 10 feet of snow. Because I'm still waiting for a train that already crashed, for a letter that was burned before the ink could dry. I'm the keeper of a fire that's already been ashed, underneath a hollow and emotionless sky. No sirens wail when the hope starts to ride, no thunder follows when the coming back ends. I'm just the part of the story that you forgot, the broken heart rhythm that never quite mends. The mail is a mountain of names I don't know, and the neighbors have stopped asking how I've been. I'm watching the weeds in the garden grow, closing the curtains to keep the world. And iron doesn't scream when it waits for the rust, it just accepts the orange for the sake of the stone. I'm building a temple out of logic and dust, just to justify sitting here all on my own. I sleep on the edge of the mattress we shared, leaving space for a ghost that I still haven't met. I'm a map of a country for which no one cared, a debt that the world is trying to forget. It's a mute religion, a prayer to the door, waiting for a footstep that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, I'm still waiting for a train that already crashed, for a letter that was burned before the ink could dry. I'm the keeper of a fire that's already been ashed, underneath a hollow and emotionless sky. No sirens wail when the hope starts to ride, no thunder follows when the coming back ends. I'm just the part of the story that you forgot, the broken heart rhythm that never quite mends. The silence of another failed day. The light is low, the door is shut. I'm still waiting for the words you'll never say, while the rest of the world keeps moving. But I'm still waiting, still here. Playing the tapes in the back of my skull, where your promises are catching on the rust. The frequency is flickering and turning dull, settling beneath a heavy layer of dust. Inside there's a ribcage, a library's caving in, shelves of all stay. And I'm on my way, I'm wearing a suit of thin and paper skin, in a house where the echoes have too much to say. Silence is a hammer hitting a velvet nail, driving the memory deeper into the bone. I'm a kite in a sky that's forgotten how to gale, a bird in a garden that's finally turned to stone. to the floor. No sirens wail when the words start to ride. No thunder breaks when the forever goes cold. I'm just the keeper of the things you forgot. A secret story that's far too heavy to be told. Before the light can bruise the edge of the curtains, I'm arguing with ghosts in the corner of the room. I was so sure, but now I'm only certain that a heart can become a very beautiful tomb. Iron doesn't scream when the fire goes out. It carries the cold until the structural snap. I'm a map of a city built on nothing but doubt, falling through the holes of a navigational trap. I sleep with open wounds where the sorries used to bleed, but the ink is gone dry and the pages are torn. I'm a garden of weeds from a forgotten seed, cursing the day that the first word was born. It's a new religion, a vigil for the dead, living in the wreckage of everything we shared. Yeah, I've got a heart full of dead conversations, a crowded room where nobody is breathing anymore. I'm the architect of failed and hollow foundations, nailing my spirit to the planks of the floor. No sirens wail when the words start to ride. No thunder breaks when the forever goes cold. I'm just the keeper of the things you forgot. A secret story that's far too heavy to be told. I've got a heart full of dead conversations, a crowded room where nobody's breathing I'm just the slow motion ruin of everything mine, sinking quietly into the ground. A heart full of ghosts, a heart full of dead air. Nobody's there, just the quiet I was picking out the colors for a house we'd never buy, while you were quietly rehearsing how to say goodbye. I was planting seeds in a garden for a spring I'd never see, while you were pruning every branch that looked a bit like me. The calendar is lying, it says the year is new, but I'm still stuck in the August when I was enough for you. I'm a watch that's still ticking on a dead man's wrist, living in the warmth of a ghost I haven't kissed. It's a violent kind of silence, a slow motion crash, to watch a whole kingdom turn into ash. I was looking at the stars, you were looking for the door. I was building the ceiling, you were pulling up the floor. Because I was still loving you when the lights went out. I was still believing while you were full of doubt. I was holding the rope until it burned through my skin, not knowing the game was over before I could begin. No sirens wail when the devotion goes wrong. No thunder follows the end of the song. I'm a heart that's still beating for a ghost in the blue. God, I was so busy, still loving you. Before the dawn could find me in the sun, said I'm a library of secrets that nobody wants to read. A garden of roses that's been conquered by the weed. Iron doesn't scream when it's abandoned to the salt. It just carries the weight of a beautiful fault. I've mastered the art of the I'm doing fine, while I'm drowning in the ghost of your hand in mine. I was making plans for the gray in our hair. I was counting the breaths in the midwinter air. You were already gone while you sat in that chair. And the hardest part is you didn't even care. It's a new religion, a prayer to the wall. Still standing steady for the sake of the fall. Yeah, I was still loving you when the lights went out. I was still believing while you were full of doubt. I was holding the rope until it burned through my skin, not knowing the game was over before I could begin. No sirens wail when the devotion goes wrong. No thunder follows the end of the song. I'm a heart that's still beating for a ghost in the blue. God, I was so busy still loving you. The start of the pen, I'm a lingering echo of a truth that wasn't true. I was still loving you. I was still loving you until the silence was all I had to do. Walking through the grocery aisles at 9:30, without scanning every code for the shade of blue. I finally crossed the jagged and a silent line, where the air stopped tasting like the ghost of you. The rearview mirror is a silver empty frame, no longer holding a face that isn't there. I've stopped whispering the syllables of your name to the heavy hollow ceiling and the vacant air. Hope was a fever that finally broke at dawn, leaving me shivering but curiously clear. I'm looking at the grass on a stranger's lawn, realizing the world didn't end with you, my dear. Because the day I started looking for you was the quietest one. No crashing glass or a sky that fell to the floor, just a soft realization that the searching was done. And I didn't have to wait by the window anymore. No sirens wail when the obsession turns to dust. No thunder follows when the heart begins to heal. I'm just a mountain of salt and a garden of rust, learning how to remember and how not to feel. Before the evening can settle like a heavy weight, I'm reclaiming the corners of this lonely room. I've unbolted the rusted and the heavy gate, allowing a different kind of flower to bloom. Iron doesn't scream when the tension is released. It simply settles back into a straighter line. The war for your attention has finally ceased, and for the first time in forever, the breath is mine. I used to see a shadow in the movement of the trees and hear your laughter in the static of the rain. I spent a lifetime on my shaking, tired knees, trying to find a purpose in the rhythm of the pain. But the ghost has vacated the halls of my head, leaving a beautiful, terrifying silence instead. Yeah, the day I stopped looking for you was the quietest one. No crashing glass or a sky that fell to the floor, just a soft realization that the searching was done. And I didn't is dry and the hallway is wide. No ghost, no chase, just a peaceful surrender to the turning tide and the sun on my weary and my moving face. The day I stopped looking was the day I was found. Feet on the gravel, hearts on the ground. Tracing a hollow where your shoulder used to lean, across a landscape of linen that was once so serene. Midnight arrives with a heavy leading stride, dragging the shadows where I used to hide. Candlelight flickers in a rhythm of its own, highlighting the corners where I'm standing alone. Breath leaves my lips like a bird in the frost, calculating the weight of the version of me that I lost. Gravity is shifting like a low tide sea, pulling every always away from me. Yesterday's promise is a window in the rain, framing the architecture of a brand new pain. Because I remember the warmth of a life that burned out before the silver turned to salt and the belief turned to doubt. I'm a map of the places where your hands used to stay, in the quiet cinematic fading of the blue and the gray. No sirens wail when the fire starts to die, it's just a slow motion closing of a heavy dark sky. A fragile kind of ruin, beautiful mistake, the loudest kind of silence that a soul can ever make. Checking my reflection in a cold kitchen glass, waiting for the blur of your ghost light to pass. Iron doesn't move when the furnace flickers low, it carries the winter everywhere that I go. Coffee is growing, skin in the cup, waiting for a hand that will never pick it up. I mastered the stillness of a statue in the park, guarding all the secrets whispered in the dark. Fingertips are searching for the salt of your skin, finding only places where the never begins. It's a new religion, a prayer to the blue, defining my edges by the absence of you. I'm afraid with no canvas, a lock with no key, drowning in the version of us that used to be me. Turn to salt and the belief turned to doubt. I'm a map of the places where your hands used to stay, in the quiet cinematic fading of the blue and the gray. No sirens wail when the fire starts to die, it's just a slow motion closing of a heavy dark sky. A fragile kind of ruin, a beautiful mistake, the loudest kind of silence that a soul can ever make. Drinks the stillness of the words I didn't say. No movement, no trace, just a slow motion frost on it. my tear-stained face, still leaning, still reaching, still living in the warmth of the end. I'm walking through the kitchen with my arms held out wide, measuring the distance of the hole you left inside. There's a blueprint on the floorboards where you used to stand and talk. I have to find a different way to breathe and way to walk. The air is thick with gravity, a pressure in the hall, like a heavy invisible curtain hanging from the wall. I'm a sculptor working in the dark with hands made out of lead, trying to trace the silhouette of the things we never said. Silence isn't empty, it's a solid jagged thing. It's the vibration of the wire after you cut the string. I'm mapping out the vacuum, I'm sharding out the cold in a story where the ending was the only part you told. Because I'm memorizing the geometry, the shape of missing you, the sharp and bitter corners of the nothing left to do. It's a hollow in the mattress, it's a shivering in the bone. It's the echo of a heartbeat when I'm standing here alone. No sirens wail when the architecture starts to lean. No thunder follows when I'm lost in the between. I'm just a house of glass where the winter's breaking through, tracing the lines of the shape of missing you. Before the dawn can bleed its gray across the kitchen sink, I'm sitting in the quiet with too much time to think. The coffee's getting colder in the curve of my palm, a small dark reflection of this hollow heavy calm. Iron doesn't scream when it's bent out of its frame. It carries the tension until it doesn't feel the same. I become a sanctuary for the habits you outgrew. The only person left who keeps the measurement of you. It's the coldness of the door handle, the stillness of the air. It's the terrifying logic of the ghost that isn't there. It's a mute religion, a prayer to the vacant space where I'm still trying to find the lines of your forgotten face. I'm a frame without a canvas, I'm a lock without a key, searching for the version of us that used to be me. It's a shivering in the bone. It's the echo of a heartbeat when I'm standing here alone. No sirens wail when the architecture starts to lean. I'm just the house that kept the shape of the flame. Dragging my fingers through the desert of the sheets, searching for a warmth that the winter wind repeats. Midnight arrives with a heavy leading stride, opening the doors I've been trying to hide. Dust motes are dancing in the glow of the street, mimicking the rhythm of a heart that won't beat. Hunger is a stranger I've forgotten how to feed, in a garden of roses conquered by the weeds. Gravity is shifting like a low tide sea, pulling every always away from me. Yesterday's promise is a window in the rain, framing the geometry of a brand new pain. Because I'm living in the ghost of your arms, wrapped in a silence that rings like alarms. I'm breathing the vacuum, I'm holding the cold, in a story where forever was a lie that you told. No sirens wait when the structure gives way. It's a slow motion turning of the blue and the gray, a fragile kind of room, a beautiful mistake, the loudest kind of silence that a soul can kitchen glass, waiting for the blur of your shadow to pass. Iron doesn't moan when the furnace flickers out. It carries the winter in a season of doubt. Coffee is growing a skin in the cup, waiting for a hand that will never pick it up. I mastered the stillness of a statue in the park, guarding all the secrets whispered in the dark. Fingertips are searching for the salt of your skin, finding only places where the never begins. It's a mute religion, a prayer to the blue, defining my edges by the absence of you. I'm a frame with no canvas, a lock with no key, drowning in the version of a used to be me. Yeah, I'm living in the ghost of your arms, wrapped in a silence that rings like alarms. I'm breathing the vacuum, I'm holding the cold, in a story where forever was a lie that you told. No sirens wait when the structure gives way. It's a slow motion turning of the blue and the gray, a fragile kind of ruin, a beautiful mistake, the loudest kind of silence that a soul can ever make. Gives way, it's just a slow motion turning of the brew, and abused of you. I'm standing in the kitchen where the light is the floor, exactly like it did 1,000 mornings before. My hand reaches out for the ghost of your ways, finding only cold air and a bitter middle taste. The radio is humming a song from the year when your breath was the only thing I needed to hear. I can still see the shadow of your coat on the wall, though there's nothing hanging in the hallway at all. The brain is a traitor, it learns to forget the days and the places and the things that we said, but the skin is a witness, the heart second of the joy and the grief. 'Cause I remember how it felt when the world was wide, before the heavy gates closed on everything inside. I remember the heat of your pulse on my skin, the way that the sunlight let the morning begin. No sirens wail when the memory turns blue, no warning bells ring when I'm reaching for you. I'm a hollowed out house where the ghosts are still dealt. God, it's a living hell, just reliving how it felt. Before the evening settles like lead in my chest, I'm tracing the hollows where your head used to rest. My fingers still know the exact curve of your spine, like a map of a country that's no longer mine. Iron doesn't scream when it's left in the rain, it just slowly accepts the orange color of pain. I mastered the art of the functional smile, but I'm still walking back every lonely old mile. I can still hear the key as it turns in the lock, and the rhythm of your boots as you walk past the clock. It's a new religion, a prayer to the past, holding on to the things that weren't built to last. I'm a prisoner of used to, a servant of was, broken by the how and the why and the because. I remember how it felt when the world was wide, before the heavy gates closed on everything inside. I remember the heat of your pulse on my skin, the way that the sunlight let the morning begin. No sirens wail when the memory turns blue, no warning bells ring when I'm reaching for you. I'm a hollowed out house where the ghosts are still dealt. God, it's a living hell, just remembering how it The carpet stays dry while the winter moves in. The ghost of a touch, the ghost of a sin. I'm forgetting your face, but I'm keeping the wealth. I remember exactly how it felt. Filing away the habits you've already outgrown, like the way you pace the kitchen when the sky begins to storm. I'm a silent light outstanding on a coast of bone, keeping every memory of your shadow safe and warm. Deep inside the circuitry, the old tapes start to spin, playing back the whispers and the secrets you discarded. I'm a museum of the man you'll never be again, the only one who's staying in the house you left unguarded. Knowledge is a heavy stone that's tied around my neck, a ledger of your childhood fears and favorite summer songs. I'm a scavenger who's searching through a beautiful wreck, trying to find the places where a ghost like me belongs. Because I've got a mind full of things you forgot, a gallery of details that you bartered for the new. I'm the keeper of the garden that you left behind to rot, a living, breathing blueprint of the broken side of you. No sirens wail when you lose a thread of us, no thunder crashes when your memory turns to gray. I'm just a mountain made of salt and iron rust, holding on to everything you threw the static from the room. I'm tracing every scar that you no longer care to hide. I've become a sanctuary, a quiet velvet tomb for the parts of you that didn't make it to the other side. Iron doesn't scream when the furnace flickers out. It bears the weight of winter until the structural snap. I'm a map of a city built on nothing but doubt, falling through the holes of a navigational trap. I sleep with open wounds to keep the history raw, to keep the names of all your demons written on my skin. I'm the only witness to the things you never saw, the only one who knows the person that you might have been. It's a mutilation, pray the vacant garden, all the pieces that you didn't wanna wear. Yeah, I've got a mind full of things you forgot, a gallery of details that you bartered for the new. I'm the keeper of the garden that you left behind to rot, a living, breathing blueprint of the broken side of you. No sirens who wail when you lose the thread of us, no thunder crashes when your memory turns to gray. I'm just a mountain made of salt and iron rust, holding thin of everything you threw away. Yeah, I got a mind full of things you forgot, a gallery of details that you bartered for the new. I'm the keeper of the garden that you left behind to rot, a living, breathing blueprint of the broken side of you. No sirens wail when you lose the thread of us, no thunder crashes when your memory turns to gray. I'm just a mountain made of salt and iron rust, holding on to everything you threw away. The carpet stays dry while the library burns. No sound, no plea, just a slow motion wait as the heavy engine turns, erasing you from everyone except for me. I remember it all, the light and the rot, a mind full of things that you forgot. Tracing the braille of the scratches on the floor, where your heavy trunk was dragged toward the night. I'm a ghost hand searching for a handle on a door, in a hallway that's forgotten the meaning of the light. The clock on the wall is a pulse without a heart, ticking like a hammer against the laden sky. I'm watching the anatomy of us fall apart, underneath the weight of a final cold goodbye. Eyesight is a luxury that the broken can't afford. It only shows the colors of a life that wouldn't stay. I'm a soldier who has finally surrendered her sword to the heavy velvet silence at the ending of the day. Because it's a lesson learned in the absolute dark, that the soul doesn't need a light to know it's torn. I'm the cold gray ashes of a once holy spark, learning how to navigate a world that's been unborn. No sirens wail when the truth hits the bone, no thunder follows when the voice turns to never. I'm just a mountain peak of salt and jagged stone, learning how to be alone for a very long forever. become the liquid in a cracked and leaking mug. Pouring out the essence of the girl you used to see. Iron doesn't moan when the fire starts to fade. It carries the wind until the molecules go still. I'm the only witness to the mess that we have made. Bending like a willow to your heavy silent will. I sleep with open wounds so the night can feel the heat. A private education in the science of the ache. I'm walking through the ruins on my tired aching feet, calculating exactly how much more a heart can take. It's a new religion, a prayer to the gloom, learning every corner of this wide and empty room. Yeah, it's a lesson learned in the absolute dark, that the soul doesn't need a light to know it's torn. I'm the cold gray ashes of a once holy spark, learning how to navigate a world that's been unborn. No sirens wail when the truth hits the bone. No thunder follows when the always turns to never. I'm just a mountain peak of salt and jagged stone, learning how to be alone for a very long forever. Forever. The carpet drinks the silence of the truth I finally know. No answer, no sound, just the slow motion rhythm of the shadows as they grow. And the heavy weight stillness that I finally found, I see it all now. The light was just a spark, but the truth is a lesson learned in the dark. Emerging from a dream where your fingers touch my wrist, before the cruel gray of the morning claims the wall. I'm reaching through a world made of cigarette mist, only to find that the gravity is starting to fall. The cotton is a desert where a garden used to grow, stretching for miles to the edge of the wood. I'm a mountain peak buried under layers of snow, doing the only thing I ever understood. Space is a predator that's moving in for the kill, swallowing the places where your body used to lean. Everything is frozen and everything is still, in the jagged quiet spaces in between. Because waking up to a cold bed is a slow motion crash, a sudden collision with a life I didn't choose. I'm the flickering remains of a fire turned to ash, with nothing left to gain and everything to lose. No thunder rattles when the linen turns to ice, no siren scream to say the center didn't hold. I'm paying for my memories at a terrible price, shivering in a story that's grown suddenly cold. Before the light drowning in the salt of a low and lonely tide. Yeah, waking up to a cold bed is a slow motion crash, a sudden collision with the life I didn't choose. I'm the flickering remains of a fire turned to ash, with nothing left to gain and everything to lose. No thunder rattles when the linen turns to ice, no siren scream to say the center didn't hold. I'm paying for my memories at a terrible price, shivering in a story that's grown suddenly cold. Waking up to the frost, waking up to the cost, waking up to you being lost. Ink spills from my lips, staining the wood. I stopped the flooding, if I only could. Heavy air singing through the floor. I don't recognize my own reflection anymore. Salt water turns to soot before it hits the ground. Everything is screaming without making a sound. Swallowing the charcoal, breathing in the blue. Every shade of gray belongs to you. It's not a liquid, it's a living stain, growing like a bruise, feeding on the rain. Now my tears became shadows, longing, ghostly figures lurking in between everything I lost and everything I keep. Watching how they crawl while the city is asleep. Darkness has a texture, darkness has a way. My tears became shadows, arriving far too late. Static fills the spaces where your voice used to be. torchlight is burning a hole in the night. I'm still rehearsing my welcome home to you in a kitchen that's bathing in flickering light. I haven't moved the shoes that you left by the mat. I'm afraid if I touch them the spell's gonna break. So I sit in the silence where the laughter once sat, drowning in a thirst that I can't seem to slake. They say that the seas are supposed to change, that the leaves have to fall for the forest to grow. But everything here feels static and strange, like a summer that's buried under 10 feet of snow. Because I'm still waiting for a train that already crashed, for a letter that was burned before the ink could dry. I'm the keeper of a fire that's already been ashed underneath the hollow and emotionless sky. No sirens wail when the hope starts to rise. No thunder follows when the coming back ends. I'm just a part of the story that you forgot, the broken heart rhythm that never quite meant. The mail is a mountain, names I don't know, and the neighbors have stopped asking how I've been. I'm watching the weeds in the garden grow, closing the curtains to keep the world in hiding. Doesn't scream when it waits for the rust, it just accepts the orange for the sake of the stone. I'm building a temple out of logic and dust, just to justify sitting here all on my own. I sleep on the edge of the mattress we share, leaving space for a ghost that I still haven't met. I'm a map of a country for which no one cared, a debt that the world is trying to forget. It's a mute religion, a prayer to the door, waiting for a footstep that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, I'm still waiting for a train that already crashed, for a letter that was burned before the ink could dry. I'm the keeper of a fire that's already been ashed underneath the hollow and emotionless sky. No sirens wail when the hope starts to ride. No thunder follows when the coming back ends. I'm just a part of the story that you forgot, the broken heart rhythm that never quite mends. The carpet drinks the silence of another failed day. The light is low, the door is shut. I'm still waiting for the words you'll never say, while the rest of the world keeps moving. But I'm still waiting, still here. Replaying the tapes in the back of my skull, where your promises are catching on the rust. The frequency is flickering and turning dull, settling beneath a heavy layer of dust. Inside this ribcage, a library's caving in, shelves of all stay, and I'm on my way. I'm wearing a suit of thin and paper skin, in a house where the echoes have too much to say. Silence is a hammer hitting a velvet nail, driving the memory deeper into the bone. sky that's forgotten how to gale. A bird in a garden that's finally turned to stone. Because I got a heart full of dead conversations, a crowded room where nobody is breathing anymore. I'm the architect of failed and hollow foundations, nailing my spirit to the planks of the floor. No sirens wail when the words start to ride. No thunder breaks when the forever goes cold. I'm just the keeper of the things you forgot, a secret story that's far too heavy to be told. Before the light can bruise the edge of the curtains, I'm arguing with ghosts in the corner of the room. I was so sure, but now I'm only certain that a heart can become a very beautiful tomb. Iron doesn't scream when the fire goes out, it carries the cold until the structure will snap. I'm a map of a city built on nothing but doubt, falling through the holes of a navigational trap. I sleep with open wounds where the stories used to bleed, but the ink is gone dry and the pages are torn. I'm a garden of weeds from a forgotten seed, cursing the day that the first word was born. It's a new religion, a vigil for the dead, living in the wreckage of everything we said. Yeah, I've got a heart full of dead conversations, a crowded room where nobody is breathing anymore. I'm the architect of failed and hollow foundations, nailing my spirit to the planks of the floor. No sirens wail when the words start to ride. No thunder breaks when the forever goes cold. I'm just the keeper of the things you forgot, a secret story is far too heavy to be told. Just a slow motion ruin of everything mine, sinking quietly into the ground. A heart full of ghosts, a heart full of dead, and nobody's there. Just the quiet everywhere. I was picking out the colors for a house we never buy, while you were quietly rehearsing how to say goodbye. I was planting seeds in a garden for a spring I never see, while you were pruning every branch that looked a bit like me. The calendar is lying, it says the year's new, but I'm still stuck in the August when I was enough for you. I'm a watch that's still ticking on a dead man's wrist, living in the warmth of a ghost I haven't kissed. It's a violent kind of silence, a slow motion crash, to watch a whole kingdom turn into ash. I was looking at the stars, you were looking for the door. I was building a ceiling, you were pulling up the floor. Because I was still loving you when the lights went out, I was still believing while you were full of doubt. I was holding the rope until it burned through my skin. I know when the game was over before I could begin. No sirens wail when the devotion goes wrong. No thunder follows the end of the song. I'm a heart that's still beating for a ghost in the blue. God, I was so busy still loving you. Before the dawn can find me in the Sunday bed, I'm replaying every forever that you ever said. I'm a library of secrets that nobody wants to read, a garden of roses that's been conquered by the wind. making plans for the gray in our hair. I was counting the breaths in the midwinter air. You were already gone while you sat in that chair. And the hardest part is you didn't even care. It's a mute religion, a prayer to the wall. Still standing steady for the sake of the fall. So busy, still loving you. Still loving you. The carpet stays dry while the winter moves in. The end of the ice, the start of the bend. I'm a lingering echo of the truth that wasn't true. I was still loving you. I was still loving you until the silence was all I had to do. Walking through the grocery aisles at 9:30, without scanning every coat for that shade of blue. I finally crossed a jagged and a silent line where the air stopped tasting like the ghost of you. The rearview mirror is a silver empty frame, no longer holding a face that isn't there. I've stopped whispering the syllables of your name to the heavy hollow ceiling and the vacant air. Hope was a fever that finally broke it dawn, leaving me shivering but curiously clear. I'm looking at the grass on a stranger's lawn, realizing the world didn't end with you, my dear. Because the day I stopped looking for you was the quietest one. No crashing glass or a sky that fell to the floor, just a soft realization that the searching was done. I didn't have to wait by the window anymore. No sirens wail when the obsession turns to dust. No thunder follows when the heart begins to heal. I'm just a mountain of sorrow. unravel hearts on the ground. Tracing a hollow where your shoulder used to lean, across a landscape of linen that was once so serene. Midnight rise with a heavy leading stride, dragging the shadows where I used to hide. Candlelight flickers in a rhythm of its own, like a bird in the frost, calculating the weight of the version of me that I lost. Gravity is shifting like a low tide sea, pulling every always away from me. Yesterday's promises a window in the rain, framing the architecture of a brand new pen. Because I remember the warmth of a life that burned out, before the silver turned to salt and the belief turned to doubt. I'm a map of the places where your hands used to stay, in the quiet cinematic fading of the blue into gray. No sirens wail when the fire starts to die. It's just a slow motion closing of a heavy dark sky, a fragile kind of ruin, a beautiful mistake, the loudest kind of silence that a soul can never make. Checking my reflection in a cold kitchen glass, waiting for the blur of your ghost light to pass. Iron doesn't moan when the furnace flickers low, it carries the winter everywhere that I go. Coffee is growing a skin in the cup, waiting for a hand that will never pick it up. I've mastered the stillness of a statue in the park, guarding all the secrets whispered in the dark. Fingertips are searching for the salt of your skin, finding only places where the never begins. It's a mute religion, a prayer to the blue, defining my edges by the absence of you. I'm a frame with no canvas, a lock with no key, drowning in the version of us that used to be me. Yeah, I remember I'm walking through the kitchen with my arms held out wide, measuring the distance of the hole you left inside. There's a blueprint on the floorboards where you used to stand and talk. I had to find a different way to breathe and way to walk. The air is thick with gravity, a pressure in the hall, like a heavy invisible curtain hanging from the wall. I'm a sculptor working in the dark with hands made out of lead, trying to trace the silhouette of the things we never said. Silence isn't empty, it's a solid, jagged thing. It's the vibration of the wire after you cut the string. I'm mapping out the vacuum, I'm charting out the code, in a story where the ending was the only part you told. Because I'm memorizing the geometry, the shape of missing you, the sharp and bitter corners of nothing left to do. It's a hollow in the mattress, it's a shivering in the bone. It's the echo of a heartbeat when I'm standing here alone. No sirens wail when the architecture starts to lean. No thunder follows when I'm lost in the between. I'm just a house of glass where the winter's breaking through, tracing the lines of the shape of missing you. Before the dawn can bleed its gray across the kitchen sink, I'm sitting in the quiet with too much time to think. The coffee's getting colder and the curve of my palm is small, dark reflection of this hollow, heavy calm. Iron doesn't scream when it's bent out of its frame. It carries attention until it doesn't feel the same. I become a sanctuary for the habits you outgrew. The only person left who keeps the measurement of you. It's the coldness of the door handle, the stillness of the air. It's the terrifying logic of the ghost that isn't there. It's a new religion, a prayer to the vacant space where I'm still trying to find the lines of your forgotten face. I'm a frame without a canvas, I'm a lock without a key, searching for the version of us that used to be me. Yeah, memorizing the geometry, the shape of missing you, the sharp and bitter corners of the nothing left to do. It's a hollow in the mattress, it's a shivering in the bone. It's the echo of a heartbeat when I'm standing here alone. No sirens wail when the architecture starts to lean. No thunder follows when I'm lost in the between. I'm just a house of glass where the winter's breaking through, tracing the lines of the shape of missing you. The carpet drinks the stillness as I close my tired eyes. No movement, no sound, just a slow motion truth of a ghost that never dies, and the heavy white silence that I finally found. The shape of your voice, the shape of your name. I'm just the ash that kept the shape of the flame. pass through the desert of the sheets, searching for a warmth that the winter wind repeats. Midnight arrives with a heavy leading stride, opening the doors I've been trying to hide. Dust motes are dancing in the glow of the street, mimicking the rhythm of a heart that won't beat. Hunger is a stranger I've forgotten how to feed, in a garden of roses conquered by the weed. Gravity is shifting like a low tide sea, pulling every always away from me. Yesterday's promise is a window in the rain, framing the geometry of a brand new pain. Because I'm living in the ghost of your arms, wrapped in a silence that rings like alarms. I'm breathing the vacuum, I'm holding the cold, in a story where forever was a lie that you told. No sirens wail when the structure gives way, it's just a slow motion turning of the blue into gray. A fragile kind of ruin, a beautiful mistake, the loudest kind of silence that a soul can ever make. Checking my reflection in a cold kitchen glass, waiting for the blur of your shadow to pass. Iron doesn't moan when the furnace flickers out, it carries the winter in a season of doubt. Coffee is growing a skin in the cup, waiting for a hand that will never pick it up. I've mastered the stillness of a statue in the park, guarding all the secrets whispered in the dark. Fingertips are searching for the salt of your skin, finding only places where the never begins. It's a mute religion, a prayer to the blue, defining my edges by the absence of you. I'm a frame with no canvas, a lock with no key, drowning in the version of us that used to be me. Yeah, I'm living in the ghost of your arms, wrapped in a silence that rings like alarms. I'm breathing the vacuum, I'm holding the cold, in a story where forever was a lie that you told. No sirens wail when the structure gives way, it's just a slow motion turning of the blue into gray. A fragile kind of ruin, a beautiful mistake, the loudest kind of silence that a soul can ever make. Hair kind of stillness of the words I didn't say, no movement, no trace, just the slow motion frost on a tear-stained face. Still leaning, still reaching, still in the ghost of your arms. kitchen where the light hits the floor, exactly like it did 1,000 mornings before. My hand reaches out for the ghost of your waist, finding only cold air and a bitter metal taste. The radio is humming a song from the year when your breath was the only thing I needed to hear. I can still see the shadow of your coat on the wall, though there's nothing hanging in the hallway at all. The brain is a traitor, it learns to forget the dates and the places and the things that we said. But the skin is a witness, the heart is a thief. It stores every second of the joy and the grief. Because I remember how it felt when the world was wide, before the heavy gates closed on everything inside. I remember the heat of your pulse on my skin, the way that the sun let the morning begin. No sirens wail when memory turns blue, no warning bells ring when I'm reaching for you. I'm a hollowed out house where the ghosts are still dealt. God, it's a living hell, just remembering how it felt. Before the evening settles like lead in my chest, I'm tracing the hollows where your head used to rest. My fingers still know the exact curve of your spine, like a map of a country that's no longer mine. Iron doesn't scream when it's left in the rain, it just slowly accepts the orange color of pain. I've mastered the art of the functional smile, but I'm still walking back every lonely oh my. I can still hear the key as it turns in the lock, and the rhythm of your boots as you walk past the clock. It's a mute religion, a prayer to the past, holding on to the things that weren't built to last. I'm a prisoner of used to, a servant of was, broken by the how and the why and the because. Yeah. Remembering how it felt. The carpet stays dry while the winter moves in. The ghost of a touch, the ghost of a sin. I'm forgetting your face, but I'm keeping the well. I remember exactly how it felt. Filing away the habits you've already outgrown, like the way you pace the kitchen when the sky begins to storm. I'm a silent lighthouse standing on a coast of bone, keeping every memory of your shadow safe and warm. Deep inside the circuitry, the old tapes start to spin, playing back the whispers and the secrets you discarded. I'm a museum of the man you'll never be again, the only one who's staying in the house you left unguarded. Knowledge is a heavy stone that's tied around my neck, a ledger of your childhood fears and favorite summer songs. I'm a scavenger who's searching through a beautiful wreck, trying Because I've got a mind full of things you forgot, a gallery of details that you've plotted for the new. I'm the keeper of the garden that you left behind to rot, a living, breathing blueprint of the broken side of you. No sirens wail when you lose the thread of us, no thunder crashes when your memory turns to gray. I'm just a mountain made of salt and iron rust, holding on to everything you threw. Before the dawn can burn the static from the wound, I'm tracing every scar that you no longer care to hide. I've become a sanctuary, a quiet velvet tomb for the parts of you that didn't make it to the other side. Iron doesn't scream when the furnace flickers out. It bears the weight of winter until the structural snap. I'm a map of a city built on nothing but doubt, falling through the holes of a navigational track. I sleep with open wounds to keep the history raw, to keep the names of all your demons written on my skin. I'm the only witness to the things you never saw, the only one who knows the person that you might have been. It's a mute religion, a prayer to the vacant air, guarding all the pieces that you didn't wanna wear. Yeah, I've got a mind full of things you forgot, a gallery of details that you bought it for the new. I'm the keeper of the garden that you left behind to rot, a living, breathing blueprint of the broken side of you. No sirens wail when you lose the thread of us, no thunder crashes when your memory turns to gray. I'm just a mountain made of salt and iron rust, holding on to everything you threw away. The carpet stays dry while the library burns. No sound, no plea, just a slow motion wait as the heavy engine turns, erasing you from everyone except for me. I remember it all, the light and the ride, a mind full of things that you forgot. Tracing the braille of the scratches on the floor where your heavy trunk was dragged toward the night. I'm a ghost and searching for a handle on a door in a hallway that's forgotten the meaning of the light. The clock on the wall is a pulse without a heart, ticking like a hammer against a laden sky. I'm watching the anatomy of us fall apart underneath the weight of a final cold goodbye. Eyesight is a luxury that the broken can't afford. It only shows the colors of a life that wouldn't stay. I'm a soldier who has finally surrendered his soul to the heavy velvet silence at the ending of the day. Because it's a lesson learned in the absolute dark that the soul doesn't need a light to know it's torn. I'm the cold gray ashes of a once holy spark, learning how to navigate a world that's been unborn. No sirens wail when the truth hits the bone, no thunder follows when the always turns to never. I'm just a mountain peak of salt and jagged stone, learning how to be alone for a very long forever. Before the dawn can spill its silver on the rug, I'm mapping out the places where the safety used to be. I've become the liquid in a cracked and leaking mug, pouring out the essence of the girl you used to see. Iron doesn't moan when the fire starts to fade. It carries the wind until the molecules go still. I'm the only witness to the mess that we have made, bending like a willow to your heavy silent will. I sleep with open wounds so the night can feel education in the science of the eight. I'm walking through the ruins on my tired, aching feet, calculating exactly how much more a heart can take. It's a mute religion, a prayer to the gloom, learning every corner of this wide and empty room. Yeah, it's a lesson learned in the absolute dark, that the soul doesn't need a light to know it's torn. I'm the cold gray ashes of a once holy spark, learning how to navigate a world that's been unborn. No sirens wail when the truth hits the bone. No thunder follows when the always turns to never. I'm just a mountain peak of salt and jagged stone, learning how to be alone for a very long forever. The carpet drinks the silence of a truth I finally know. No answer, no sound, just the slow motion rhythm of the shadows as they grow, and the heavy white stillness that I finally found. I see it all now. The light was just a spark, but the truth is a lesson learned in the dark. Emerging from a dream where your fingers touch my wrist, before the cruel gray of the morning claims the wall. I'm reaching through a world made of cigarette mist, only to find that the gravity is starting to fall. The cotton is the desert where a garden used to grow, stretching for miles to the edge of the wood. I'm a mountain peak buried under layers of snow, doing the only thing I ever understood. Space is a predator that's moving in for the kill, swallowing the places where your body used to lean. Everything is frozen and everything is still in the jagged, quiet spaces in between. Because waking up to a cold bed is a slow motion crash, a sudden collision with a life I didn't choose. I'm the flickering remains of a fire turned to ash, with nothing left to gain and everything to lose. No thunder rattles when the linen turns to ice, no siren scream to say the center didn't hold. I'm paying for my memories at a terrible price, shivering in a story that's grown suddenly cold. Before the light can bruise the hollow of my throat, I'm wrapping myself in the ghost of your old shirt. I'm a sinking ship that's forgotten how to float, finding a sanctuary in the center of the hurt. Iron doesn't scream when the furnace flickers out, it simply bears the wind until the metal starts to snap. I'm a map of a city built on nothing but doubt, falling through the holes of a navigational trap. I sleep with open wounds just to feel the ghost of heat, because the numbness of the morning is a wider kind of grave. I'm walking through a house on tired, aching feet, searching for a version of us I couldn't save. It's a mute religion, a prayer to the vacant side, drowning in the salt of a low and lonely tide. Yeah, waking up to a cold bed is a slow motion crash, a sudden collision with a life I didn't choose. I'm the flickering remains of a fire turned to ash, with nothing left to gain and everything to lose. No thunder rattles drinks the silence of the words I never said. No echo, no sound, just the weight of the ghost in the center of the bed, and the heavy white stillness I found, waking up to the frost. Ink spills from my eyelids, staining the wood. I'd stop the flooding if I only could. Heavy air sinking through the floor. I don't recognize my own reflection anymore. So water turns to soup before it hits the ground. Everything is screaming without making a sound. Swallowing the charcoal, breathing in the blue. Every shade of gray belongs to you. It's not a liquid, it's a living state, growing like a bruise, feeding on the rain. Now my tears became shadows, long and lean, ghostly figures lurking in between everything I lost and everything I keep. Watching how they crawl while the city is asleep. Darkness has a texture, darkness has a way. My tears became shadows, arriving far too late. Static fills the spaces where your voice used to be, drowning out the pulse inside of me. Black ribbons wrap around